Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? This is why I have invented the 5. Make it 10. Oh, it's going to be more than 10. 10-ish minute meeting. Woo! All right. Ashland City Council meeting of April 1st. This guy, not here. It did not speed things up. A lot of characters today. The council chamber has a new paint job. It actually looks pretty nice. And this one says, hey, it's Arbor Day proclamation. Whereas, Nebraska started this by planting trees one time. And trees are great when they're alive. And it's great when we kill them. And the first week of April is Arbor Week. So plant trees. What? Appropriate trees. Appropriate trees only. And then he says, also, it's Independent Media Week. Whereas, weirdos like me just might not suck, apparently. And April 13th and 19th is Independent Media Week. So go look for weirdos like me. And then the consent agenda. The mission says, it was all approved right away. And then they chatted a bit. And she says, hey, the slurry seal, which is part of the consent agenda, is messy and people don't like it. What are we going to do to educate people? And this one says, Sabrina Cotta. She says, city manager Sabrina Cotta says, we are really on the contractors this time, and they're going to be better. I mean, I hope so, because 3 years ago, they did my street, and I had a Tiananmen Square man, the tank that came rolling down to stop it from ruining stuff. It was, good luck to us there. And then, a library presentation. For 6 years, 2 library people came from county library, right? And they said, for 6 years, we have been doing county library stuff. We're trying to expand access for more days and hours. And there's a new book locker at the YMCA, and then we're going to have a book return there too. And stay tuned for a ribbon cutting over there for that. And all the counselors, they love the library. And then public forum. The transportation baseball cap lady, she said, our parks are essential. And investing in our parks is essential. AKA, if a parks fee is ever proposed, let everyone at the city know I will carry water for you. I promise. And I will tell people just pay the fee. Just getting around there, but not. Hey, and then Brandon Goldman, the public works guy, all right, no, he's planning. Don't screw it up, Jim. He says, we need to annex this 4.8 acres on Clay Street. I'll show you a photo right there. It's over there. It's near the Y. Over there, East Main. All right, there you go. It's going to be 21 single-family homes and 16 fourplexes. And this meets all of our annexing rules, and 8 units have to be affordable units, and they're supposed to be similar to the regular houses. And another planning guy stood up and said, he goes, hey, the developer claims they're going to do their best, but if someone builds a giant house, we can't just stop them, and then we're not going to build a giant house for poor people. I mean, are you kidding me? And then this guy goes, I didn't read everything, but are we annexing the houses across the street? And this guy goes, no. And then this one goes, yes, here he is. He goes, the plan shows every house has an ADU. Is that being considered? And then Randy Goldman says, each buyer or house builder needs to apply for an ADU permit, but no ADUs were considered in the density study. Okay. And then this guy goes, hey, will lot buyers be able to build any kind of house they want? And the lady from the builders, the Caldera Oaks, is going to be the name of the HOA or whatever it is. He says they won't be uniform. There will be HOA CC&R rules. So there will be some restrictions, limitations or whatever. And there were no protests and no other speakers. And so they just went, and it's approved. And then Police Chief Kyle Mera, I think it's like this. I don't know if he likes this or not, but I think it's funny. He says, a new fire rule. It's presently legal to light a fire in any lot in town as long as the city shows up and puts it out before any property is damaged. That's bonkers, right? And then City Attorney Doug McGurry says, now, if someone starts a fire in the woods or in a lot and the fire department just responds, they're going to get misdemeanor ticket. All right. And then this guy goes, relief, she says, and this kicks in harder during fire season. Somehow I didn't follow that part. And then Doug McGurry magic is back. I thought we had hired a new city attorney, and but for once, McGurry kept it tight. So it was all approved. And then, fire marshal. The fire marshal here, Mark Shea is his name. I might have got that wrong last time. The new weed ordinance is, here's the second reading. and it was all approved. And this Stanley Tucci lookalike guy says he corrected me from the last meeting, and I said because I said he was the interim fire chief, no, he says no, I'm not the fire chief. The interim fire chief is a guy named Marshall, so he's the fire marshal, and Marshall is the fire chief. I said noted, confusing but noted, and then capital improvement plan. Oh, it was a double header. These guys. Oh, look, we got a new guy. It was look at that guy. Oh, I'll do it this way. Yeah, that's the new parks director, Rocky Houston. See, that's Rocky. Get it? And then Scott Fleury. They both sat up together. They were like, okay, we're gonna get you guys. And so they started with a parks capital improvement plan, which was not on the agenda nor available to download online. So doesn't that make it like illegal or unofficial or not votable? Whatever, right? Doesn't matter. So this guy says we did inventory and scoring and had a comment period and public testimony. And this final draft we're bringing to you is our capital improvements only budget. Oh, just the capital improvements is $4.4 million in 2026 and $1.8 million in 2027. But from 2026 to 2031, we have a total of $50 million in projects. And the major projects include Hunter Park, tennis courts, the Perosi Fountain, irrigation controllers, Siskiyou Mountain Trail reroute, and East Main Park Phase 1. And then this guy goes, hey, so you guys are doing the Butler Perosi Fountain? That was at Parks Foundation, whatever. And is it on schedule? And this guy goes, here he is. This is the guy. He goes, this guy goes, hey, we are the owner of it and the property, so we're in charge. And it was originally going to be done on July 4th, but now it's going to be done on July 4th, 2026. That's right. And then this guy goes, hey, how come the Nevada Bridge at Kestrel is not on any plan now? And then Rocky says, this guy goes, well, we lost one ODED grant, so we just chucked it. And then this guy goes, hey, are there more trails? You have money for more trails? And he goes, not in the next 2 years. And this guy goes, hey, but with the new trail commission you guys have, if they recommend a new trail, we can't make it? And he goes, that's correct. And then this one, Sabrina Cotta, city manager, Sabrina says, look, we don't just designate money in these things unless there's already a specific plan. And then Scott Fleury comes, so that was enough of Rocky. He still sat there, but he was done. And then this one goes, there's my CIP plan for 2026 to 2031. We got big projects, water treatment plant, the dam fix, east and west supply pipes, the wastewater headworks, North Mountain Road fix, Oak Road fix, Clay Street fix, and there's a 50-page report with charts and graphs and a bunch of projects and prices. And we want $10 million over the next 2 years for the wastewater treatment plant. Things like the city's boat. We just keep throwing money into it. And he says, and we want $50 million over the next 2 years for the new water treatment plant, paid for by fees to citizens, maybe. And then this one goes, hey, no, this one. This is the one. She says, are we ever going to pipe that TID ditch? And this guy goes, well, so there's one jerk helped kill that project in 2019. We're waiting for the council to resurrect it. And then this guy says, here he is. This guy goes, what about at 2200 Ashland Street? Oh, this gets fun here. 2200 Ashland Street. And then she goes, Sabrina Cotta, city manager, goes, we're already funding that and getting bids on sprinklers and lockers and bathrooms and windows, and that's getting done by November, and then we can have a winter shelter there. And he goes, so more than 14 people want in there, right? And she goes, probably. And he goes, well, how many? She goes, who really knows? We have 800,000 is designated for that building, and we'll build what we can for the 800 grand, and see where we end up. And he goes, it sounds like a never-ending, no-plan, no-goal project. And then this one says council never specified exactly how many people they wanted in there. And he goes, so if we don't give you an exact number, you just don't figure it out? This is bullshit. I mean, his mouth didn't say bullshit, but his eyes said bullshit. He was hot. And then there's a public testimony written from the Streets for Everything guy. It says April is distracted driving month. Lots of cars hit parked cars. So what if you're on a bike in between those two cars? And this guy says, I move to approve these 2-year CIPs with the 6-year overview. And the councilors were all very impressed with the thickness of the packet. So obviously a lot of work it went into it. So obviously it's a good job. All approved. Oh no, not all approved. Take it back. This one said, no, thank you very much. That's way too much money. It's like blowing money. Throw money away on that. So and then the Ashland tourism strategy. Oh, I got a new person. Deputy city manager, Jordan Rookland's in charge of tourism somehow. And she says, she goes, so here's the strategy. Is that the strategy of tourism is to attract more people, tourists, because they bring money, and then give that to the local businesses. Huh! Yeah, that's what's going to happen, maybe. And so she said, we should spend $150K a year to supplement local events and conferences. And this guy goes, oh, I would like to apologize to Sabrina Cotter for getting hot. His mouth apologized, but his eyes did not. Ooh, that rhymed. Out of time. So this meeting, we ran out of time. And well, maybe when she says, maybe we'll ask you more questions next time, Jordan Rookland. And didn't the city manager report? I didn't have time for it today. Just put it up on the website. And guess I read that for you guys. Most interesting part of that, ghost actors in the Ashland Cemetery, May 14th at 4 p.m. I am so there. End of meeting. You're welcome.